All right, I have Bridget with me, and she is planning to be our speaker, our next free wellness speaker, and I'm going to have all the details on the website and also on social media, Motion Matters Physical Therapy and Wellness Facebook page. But I'm going to start by just saying a quote that Bridget told me, and I feel like this quote alone, if it doesn't give you goosebumps and make you want to come and hear her talk, I don't know what will. But these are her exact words that she just told me. I came out of a coma as a 4-year-old and as a mother of 3 children. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't work. I couldn't be a mom. And Bridget suffered from a bicycle accident in 2008 and went on to have 4 brain surgeries. And prior to that was in healthcare, and I don't want to steal the rest of her story. And so I'm just gonna turn it over and say and ask her a few questions, and we're gonna have a little chat, and then I hope that you guys come out and just hear her presentation. I can't wait to hear more of your story. But let's start off maybe by having you tell us a little bit about what your role was in healthcare prior to what changed your life.
I was a pediatric nurse practitioner at the University of Iowa in neonatology, and I loved what I did.
Yeah.
I've loved caring for others. Said I was going to be a nurse in 2nd grade, so
Wow.
it's always been a big part of me.
And this is important, you guys, because she uses this her history and her journey up until the accident as motivation for relearning pretty much everything. And so take us now then to just briefly kind of through your accident, if you're willing, and yeah, let's start with that.
Well, I was in a bicycle accident, and thank God that I lived here close to the University of Iowa, or I wouldn't be alive. I was in a coma right away after the first 2 surgeries in one day. I don't remember any of my hospitalizations at the University of Iowa, thank God. Many didn't think I'd survive. Many didn't think actually that I would come out like I was before, which in a way I didn't.
Yeah, so how did you come out then?
Well, I came out literally as if I was a youth again, meaning I would say 3 to 4 years of age. I had a hard time reading. I couldn't speak. I had to relearn how to walk, how to balance myself in walking.
So you kind of lost the ability, you lost everything that you knew and had to relearn everything. Okay.
And with 3 children, it was devastating. I felt like a complete failure. It's like, why, God? Why am I still here?
Yeah. What an amazing journey you've been on, and thank you for sharing that. I would guess that it does not ever get easier. It's because it's just part of your life. Is that true?
Yes.
Does it get easier to share, or each? Because I know you share it.
Yeah. It's hard to believe what has occurred since that time. And I wouldn't be here if I didn't have divine support and what I would call earth angels that have guided me in this process of healing.
Well, let's talk about your healing, because during your recovery process and your healing journey, you went on to write 2 books. And so if you could just tell us the name of that first book and why you wrote that.
The first book, which I had an editor and had intense help, even still today, to write a sentence is a big deal. To spell a word properly is still a big deal. So to me, I find this all divinely given. It's called Discovering My Life's Purpose from Tragedy to Triumph, and it gives my journey from birth forward of all that I went through to survive.
And so through the process of writing that, what was your motivation when as you kind of went through that writing journey? What did you come out with? What did that do for you?
Oh my God, it gave me a sense of purpose.
Yeah.
To sit at home and just be the household maid wasn't enough for me. I love to help people heal in whatever way I could, and putting my word out there, sharing my experience, giving people hope when I do share, inspires my spirit, my soul, like I didn't even know could occur.
I'm glad you said it that way, because it ties into then your prior profession and your interest in helping others and your role in pediatric health care. And so I love just how you use that as motivation, and you had to make it look like what you could in that moment. And I think that's also developed over time too, because then that takes us to your second book, which is
Believe in the Power of Believing.
Okay. And so take us a little bit through that book. And I know you mentioned to me that as part of writing that book, Reiki became a big part of what you use.
Mm-hmm. The key for me after writing the book and presenting my story is often those times people forget about the book, they don't call you to present, that kind of thing. I thought, what else can I do? And I had remembered that I had learned healing touch in graduate school. And then somehow I found out about Reiki, which is healing medicine through providing energy to others. That simple, that we can all do. And so someone helped me, because I needed easier education than someone else might. But what I do then in this second book is that in accomplishing that course, I share my experience of what happens to people when anyone would receive Reiki, as far as reduction in pain, as far as reduction in anxiety and depression, alterations in symptoms of a disease, etc. So I share what happens in the book, as well as what energy systems are within the body that can be easily helped when they're out of balance.
When they're out of balance, yes. Well, and we were kind of talking about, well, who would benefit from this presentation? And obviously anybody can come. But if you are somebody who's been through any kind of trauma, or feel out of balance, or maybe you have an autoimmune dysfunction, diabetes, lots of things where the whole body is a little bit out of balance, come and listen to Bridget talk, because I think, she offers this holistic lens through which we can talk about healing and the things that are within our own power to do to heal our own bodies. Would that be kind of a fair summary?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm honored that you are allowing me to do this.
Well, I'm honored that you're willing to do this. So thank you, and you guys come on out, and I'll have all the information posted and along with this presentation.